All right. Hello, everyone. As always, I'm your host, Matt. This is the PWO WrestleCast. With me, I have Eddie Shepard and Cody Ford of Next Gen Wrestling. You guys already know what it is. Uh, and we're getting ready for Uncivil War. God, before we get there, we haven't talked since the Party Bowl. How have you guys been?
Man, still coming down off that one, to be honest with you. It was like, it was pretty rowdy. And, it's crazy that we're already here. Like, we're already back, So I've been doing pretty well myself. I know Eddie and I have both been very busy. Eddie, how have you been?
I have been tired, other than working so much. But I've been great, man. It's been fun promoting this next show, and like you said, we're still kind of coming down off the high of the Party Bowl and trying to top it, man. I know every day it's a struggle with me and Cody trying to come up with ways to top the last show, and right now I feel like this show, wrestling wise, is going to be better than the last show, and I'm really excited for that.
This show is. Well, it's only 6 matches so far, right? I haven't lost track of them, right? We still have 6 so far.
Yeah,
just 6.
Yeah. There's a total of 8, so we have 2 more to announce.
Fantastic. It is a stellar card so far. But before we get right there, I have to ask you guys because I haven't had the chance to. Party Bowl. I've talked to you guys in person about this. Was absolutely phenomenal. And from everything that I saw, everyone loved the show as well there. I had to ask, though, was there any match there, now that we've all been removed from it and the adrenaline's down and the crowd's not there, was there any match there that you guys booked that exceeded expectations?
Yes.
I mean, Mance and Tankman, like, blew it out of the water, man. Like, not that we didn't think it would be good, because we wouldn't have booked it if we didn't think it was going to be good. But I saw somewhere people really people everywhere has been putting it over since the show, but it exceeded my expectations big time.
I was pleasantly surprised because originally that was not the plan for that match. A lot of people they don't know that, but plans changed, and we knew all along that Mance Warner was going to be there, but it wasn't originally slated to be against Calvin Tankman. But like, it's always funny. Me and Cody talk about how these happy accidents happen. And to me, I mean, it's up there. It's up there with one of the best matches we've ever put on. I mean, the show was stellar, but I think it was really hard to top that match.
Y'all saw me on Highspots. I was losing my mind for it. So I can't say enough. That match was just absolutely incredible.
So I'll tell you a funny thing that I don't think I've even mentioned, like, in public yet. We're standing there in the gorilla position, and Manser is back there, getting himself hyped up and stuff. And I made all the Titantrons. So Mance comes out to Simple Man, and since he was a surprise, my thought was I'm going to, on his Titantron, I'm not going to go directly into Simple Man. I'm going to, like, put some, like, background music in, and, like, I think it was maybe like a 20 to 30 second clip before you realize it's Mance. So he's sitting there hyping himself up, and then the weird background music starts playing, and he goes, "Hey, you know my music's Simple Man, right?" And I was like, yeah, just wait for it. He's like, oh. So, like, I don't even know if I told Eddie that, but basically, I wanted to do that to kind of build suspense a little bit. And, I think everybody's excited for Mance, but I don't think anyone knew what they were about to embark on.
No. No one had any idea. That match was, man, I raved on the show afterwards. That match blew me away. And both of those guys, just me and them afterwards, absolutely coolest dudes ever.
It was like I said, it was a happy accident that match happened, man. But I'm so glad it did, and I think that's like personifies like what we are at NGW. Like, we don't have a label. We're not like a hardcore show or anything like that. but every once in a while we'll have a match like that, and it will wow the shit out of you. So, and it did, man. I think we made Manser an NGW fan for life. He's all about working more and more with us. We were only able to use him once before, and I'm glad to add him to the team, man. Good guy.
The thing too, man, is like it's a two-way street. Like everybody talks about how good the match was, but you guys weren't in the back when like Mance and Tankman are both like, dude, that crowd's so great. Like Mance and Tankman are putting over the crowd. So it's just funny how it's like a give and take, and how like they were just as like appreciative of you guys and the fans as you guys are appreciative of them. And honestly, in a way, it's like you guys and your reactions to what they were doing made the match better. You know what I mean? So that's kind of a cool little nugget of like, what people don't see as well.
Yeah, that is, man, it is really cool. And that crowd, man, I'm hoping that those same people are out here for Uncivil War, because I want to get rowdy with those guys again.
Just from ticket sales alone, they will be.
What I like to hear. I just got my PTO cleared, so I'm officially good to go. I was like,
woo,
come on, man, don't do this to me. So I got that cleared like 3 hours ago, and I told Ryan and Jeff, and they were like, let's go, it's time. We've been like counting down the days, I swear. So I have to ask, because I haven't gotten the chance to with you guys, what makes Uncivil War? You guys have talked about on social media, and I know in other interviews or other things, how Uncivil War is such an important show to you guys. I want to ask, what makes it so special?
It was basically just like it was like the first show that we did that had like a big feel to it. It was kind of like we had been telling some stories, with some of our local guys. The talent was nowhere near what it is now, but it all culminated at Uncivil War, and we just decided to kind of run with that every year and just make that kind of our big show. And it that first one, man, there was a few matches on it that I mean, if you watched them back, you'd probably laugh at us, but there were some that shocked us, man, as well. Like some of the guys that we used back then that, probably shouldn't even be in a wrestling ring, really put on some like decent matches and shocked us. And the crowd was there. The crowd was into it. So from there, and Eddie probably has some other Uncivil War stories as well. But like, the joint show we did with Impact was Uncivil War. It's just kind of one of the, every year when we put it on, we just want to make sure that it delivers. So what are your thoughts on it, Eddie?
The very first Uncivil War show was highlighted by Matt Cross and Lenny Stratton. And Matt Cross was the first, like, quote unquote name that we brought in. And it kind of became a big deal to us. Cody would make the I know I still have like the footage on my phone, but Cody made like a highlight video hyping Matt Cross coming, and we put it in the local movie theater as an ad, and it was cool as hell to go sit. Like they're like, "Hey, it's playing. You guys want to watch it?" And like me and Cody are just sitting there and have my phone going, like, "Holy shit, this is something we did!" Like we have a promo of ours, in this movie theater, and it seemed like a big, like it felt big for us, and everything after that, it always just kind of led right back up to Uncivil War. So over the years, there's been a handful of shows and names that kind of stick with us, and Uncivil War has been, like Cody was saying, the joint show we did with Impact was the Uncivil War, and I think it opened up doors for us, quite a bit, and we've had a lot of bangers. I remember Menace versus Shane Strickland at Uncivil War, and Matt Cross versus Matt Sydal. I mean, that was a few years ago, man, but it was there was some great talent, and it's one of the things that's always kind of stuck out to us. And to us, it was the first clever name we ever came up with for a show, and it just always stuck, man. So it really is like our WrestleMania.
Yeah, for a while, we actually were doing shows on Saturdays, and instead of naming our shows, we were just doing Slammin' Saturday Night. So every show that we did on Saturday was just Slammin' Saturday Night, Slammin' Saturday Night. And then finally, when we started running on Sundays, me and Eddie stepped back and were like, we were running monthly at that point. And me and Eddie stepped back and were like, we could really take some time in between and stack these shows up a little better. And that's when we kind of started taking the approach of, theming the shows and just kind of, I don't know, it just makes it feel a little bigger, So
yeah, we looked at it like it was our pay-per-view. So, and then when we were going month to month, we started doing it. Like we had a show called Cold Chaos, and then you had, was it Wrestle Wars? I'm trying to think of some of the old ones. There was Cage Chaos. We weren't very clever. But Uncivil War was probably like the first one that really stuck. And then every time it comes around, we're like, Uncivil War, Uncivil War time. So I'd say the next to Uncivil War would be like our October show, which is our Nightmare show typically. And those seem to be the two big shows that we always kind of gravitate towards.
I love it. Now I have to say something, because Cody, you got me with those eyes in the poster.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like trying to overanalyze every single graphic that you put out. I'm like, there's got to be something. There's something somewhere. Is there something in the clouds? What am I?
That's funny, dude, because, I love doing stuff like that. I just always send it to Eddie, and I'm like, no one's ever going to, spot this. But I have a really good time, putting the graphics and stuff together, and that's part of that I really enjoy is, the video packages and the graphics. And I'm really proud of all the stuff this show. It came out really clean. And sometimes I overthink it and go too detail-y and all that. But this one, I'm just really stoked about it. And there's nothing hidden so far. But maybe some more stuff that comes out. Maybe there'll be something hidden. Who knows? I got to keep you on your toes.
Oh yeah. All right. I'll take that. So we did talk about how, once again, Party Bowl just seemed to be this huge success, at least from a fan standpoint. How do you guys take that success and just build it into Uncivil War? I mean, I know we're seeing a lot of these guys who I thought had some of the best matches of the night, with Davey Richards coming back, Mance coming back, Tankman coming back. Oh my God, the triple threat match is going to happen. How do you guys just build this momentum? Because I can't.
Yeah, dude, it's almost like in a way, it's weird because we almost hurt ourselves with how good each show is, because it's like Uncivil War is going to be better than the Party Bowl in my mind, just based on how we booked it. But then after Uncivil War, we can't just have a snooze fest after that. You have to keep, going up. And you can ask Eddie, man, we booked Uncivil War and we looked at it and we're like, this isn't it. We booked it, soft booked it. And we were sending the card back and forth and we're like, no, we just kept reading it. And we're like, it's just missing something. And then we added a few little things and it's it all came together, But, and Eddie's really good about, kind of sensing that too, letting me know, hey, man, we're missing this or we're missing this. And we just kind of collaborate and come up with, and it all usually comes together really well. So
the big thing I've noticed too is once you start doing stuff that's successful, I mean, you're getting a lot of buzz. We've got a lot of buzz off that last show, especially, in 20 pandemic times. There's been a lot of guys reaching out to us wanting to get on the show. So it makes our job even easier. I'm like, well, hell, this guy wants to come work. We can just plug this person in here and we're good to go. And not only that, it's going to be a banger of a match. So the biggest thing is just keeping the drive up and not getting complacent and trying our best to top ourselves. But it gets so damn hard when we set the bar so high early. And this happens to us every year because we always take a break and come back around March. We want to come out with a bang, and then it's just trying to keep topping it. It gets hard towards the end of the year, but we love that kind of challenge. And especially getting some of the guys on now and and them kind of, sending out stuff like, oh shit, Eric Bischoff's going to be here. People are like, I want to be on that show. I want to work with those guys. I mean, I think it was last night. Me and Cody got a tweet, like a DM on Twitter from a guy who was just recently released from a certain organization talking about wanting to come work for us. So it's like shit like that happens all the time now. And then like the craziest thing ever, Jim Ross liked one of our tweets. And I was like, dude, Jim Ross is not even affiliated with our show. That has nothing involved with it, but liked our flyer and shit. So that's pretty cool to us. So like, just moving forward, that momentum is the hardest part is just keeping people engaged, trying to get new people, that algorithms between, Facebook and trying to keep people, see every time we post something. That's the hardest part. But other than that, man, I mean, it all just kind of snowballs and makes it easier on us.
Man, it's incredible. Just from a fan perspective, I definitely feel like momentum is behind this show. And you brought up Eric Bischoff and how he just brings in a lot of attention just from the name alone. How long had you guys known that you had Eric Bischoff just going to be able to make it for this next show?
What? I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit. What was the question?
I was saying, how long had you known that Eric Bischoff was going to be on Uncivil War?
What was it, Eddie? Probably
like 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. Before
3 weeks before Party Bowl, yeah. So I think I even put out a thing where I was like, I put up a post and your boy commented on it. I put like, we're back and better than ever. Oh, is that a Bischoff reference? And I was like, he messaged me. He messaged me. He was like, is that a Bischoff reference? And I was like, oh, dude, we can't afford Bischoff. Just kind of trying to throw him off the trail. But yeah, man. So it's super exciting. It was one of those things where I don't know if I even told Eddie this, but it was something that we talked about it briefly, but it was something that I worked at until it got done. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just something that came together overnight. In a way, it kind of felt like it was overnight just because once it was done, it was done. But it's pretty cool, man, because Bischoff is such a polarizing character and he's, somehow still relevant. He hasn't really done a whole lot on TV in the past, I guess,
15 years, it feels like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, me and Cody talked about it too, how influential Eric Bischoff is to all of us. And no matter if you hate the guy or like the guy, there's no doubt that he made a dent in professional wrestling and how we look at wrestling today. I mean, even going from, guaranteed contracts for guys, starting the NWO, which was revolutionary, it wore itself thin towards the end. But, beating Vince McMahon's ass for 83 weeks, nobody else could really say that they beat Vince McMahon's ass. And we think back, Cody and I grew up both as big WCW fans, and thinking back to all the crazy ass shows that we got to see and all the matches, Eric Bischoff had a hand in all that. So it's very cool to have a lot of that for, personally for me, and I imagine for Cody, it all come back full circle that the guy that brought us, up on professional wrestling is going to be at our show. So it's kind of wild.
Oh man, that's so cool. So then I guess I also have to ask this. Have you guys sent him the matches happening, or have you guys hey, what do you think about this happening on the show? Or are you just leaving it all just wait?
Yeah, I haven't done any of that. I think it'll be more of a, he's going to have some involvement with the show. It won't just be a meet and greet he'll, and I don't think we've put that out there, but he'll be involved in some capacity. Well, that being said, I think it's just one of those wait and see him in person and kind of pitch him the idea and see what he says. It's always so weird communicating via social media because for one, I feel like I know Eric Bischoff. You know what I mean? But he has no idea who I am. I'm just some dude that is paying him to come to the show. So until I see him in person and he hopefully sees me and he's like, oh, that dude actually is somewhat intelligent and isn't just a mark or whatever. Maybe he thinks I am a mark. Who knows? But it's just one of those, going to be more of a day of situation. And, we'll see how it all goes. But I think, if he sticks around and watches the show, I'm confident in the card that we've put together that he'll at least be able to see that we know what we're doing.
Fingers crossed.
I don't know how anyone could look at this card and not. I don't know. I'm biased because obviously now I'm a next gen guy, but like this card is stacked. I do want to say I actually have to go through it here now. So you have Myron Reed versus Matt Cross versus Trey Miguel as a triple threat match. You have Mance Warner versus Stallion Rogers. Now is this? I don't know. Is this his first match back?
It's not his first match back, but I want to say it's very close to. I think he's already had a few matches already.
Okay.
But I mean, he's freshly released, man. He was doing stuff with NXT and 205 Live, and of course, he had to change his name. So we were telling people, a new name and a new debut with him, making his NGW debut with us.
I'm gonna have to tell you a funny story about that in a minute here because I do want to get to the rest of this card here. You have Renegades of Flight versus Billy Starks and the Tate twins. Man, Neon Blondes I thought were very impressive when we saw them at Party Bowl. I'm excited to see what they do next as well.
Wait till you see Facade and Kincaid together, because I know you guys got to see Kincaid work, and Kincaid is like the most innovative dude. And then you put both those guys in there together, they just do like nonsense. Like it's.
Oh man, Jeff on our show loves Kincaid. Apparently, he started coming out and he was like, "Yo, this is the guy you're gonna want to see."
Yeah.
This is the match that I think has two of these matches. I think one of these is Coddington's favorite, Davey Richards versus Josh Alexander. Oh my God, I can't wait. Tankman versus Moose.
Yeah,
I have no words like that.
We're probably gonna have to put that before intermission because there's a possibility that the ring does not hold up for that one.
I'm all for helping set up again, but I gotta be real with you. I don't know if I can have that kind of consciousness. If they go through it, I'll be like, "Oh my God, I killed Moose. It's gonna be my fault." And this 5-man match, Natty Daddy himself. Ryan's in love with him. I don't know if you guys have seen that on social media. Ryan is in love with him. We got Kenji Bray come back out, Cole Radrick, Sage Phillips, and of course everyone's favorite Levi Everett. Churn that butter.
Man, we'll be frank. That match was originally supposed to be a 4-way, but turned into a 5-way. We have, at least I've been a really big fan of Cole Radrick for quite a while. He's kind of a staple in the Midwest, and he actually had that date booked, and then I guess something happened with the show he was on, and he reached out to us and said he was actually available. So we wanted to get him on there and give him an opportunity to, kind of shine in front of our crowd. That match is going to be insanity.
Yeah, that's another one where I don't know what to expect because I mean all of them are incredible workers in my opinion. I think they all are just going to be incredibly entertaining. I don't know which Levi Everett's we're going to see. Are we going to be the calm, cool, collected, or is he going to be there to hurt some people?
Yeah, dude, I don't think we know what to expect in that one. Like, it's literally the most bizarre collection of just randomness. And then, like you said, with Bradley Prescott, what I mean, what is there to say? It's just going to be mayhem.
I have no words. I don't even know, from a fan standpoint, what match I'm looking forward to the most, honestly. I felt this way when walking into the Party Bowl. Matt Cross, Davey Richards was absolutely incredible, and we knew it was going to be the Tankman Challenge, And I'm learning more, so I'm waiting to see what your surprise is going to be as well this time around.
We actually do have a surprise, and you will see it on show day. But it's not going to be something anybody expects. So I think it's going to be really cool. And I think Cody's going to be really happy when people kind of get to see the surprise play out.
Yeah, and also, man, like not just at this show, not to like just move past Uncivil War. We'll continue down that road, but just while we're talking about surprises, we have some things that we're like kind of working on that are just soft ideas right now. Possibly some like collaboration type things and some there's a lot of what is that saying? Irons in the fire. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, we got a lot of irons in the fire right now. So after Uncivil War, hopefully we can kind of get some of that put out there and announced. And so it's crazy, man, because like me and Eddie are already past it. Like we're past Uncivil War. We're so it's over in our mind. It's done, and we're just like down the road. Like we're so far down the road.
I don't know how you guys do it. Just because like it was the same thing for Party Bowl. You know, you guys, we had you on right before. We're like, just wait, the next one, we're already there, and the next one after that. I am so utterly excited. You guys know the deal. Name the place, we'll buy the tickets.
Well, the bad thing is, man, WWE keeps releasing people, and we're like, oh, we should try this person. Oh, we should try this person. Oh, we should try this person. I wonder if this person has a non-compete clause for this long or this long. So it gets interesting because, you know, a lot of these people getting released, we're about to see a huge shot in the arm in independent wrestling, and God, I'm looking forward to it because there's a lot of guys that we wanted to use that we couldn't use because they got snagged up very quickly. So going forward, like you were saying, we're already thinking, you know, we're already past Uncivil War. We're already, you know, looking towards October. And so far for October, we got some pretty good stuff lined up. So I'm really excited for it.
I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. And all right, so now it's kind of been brought up, and I guess I don't know if there's any great way for you guys to answer this. Is there any talent that has been released this year outside of course, Stallion Rogers, who may have caught your eye a little bit that you're excited to potentially work with, or maybe someone you've worked with in the past that you would like to? And actually, right before you get there, my right hand man just is able to join us here, getting my Ryan Alvarez in here. Maybe Ryan. Hey.
So
look at that shirt. It's a good looking shirt.
Yeah, we were talking about the Party Bowl. Oh wait, that was 2 months ago.
I'm about to say. So Ryan, just to catch you up, I had just asked if there's any talent that had recently been released this year that you guys would be excited to work with or excited to work with again.
I think the best way to put that is all. You know, like we're a equal opportunity employer, and we're open to bring anyone in and give them a shot, man. Especially, you know, I mean, if the big leagues saw them in a light to where they were good enough to get signed in the first place, then you know they're good enough to come to NGW.
Well, here's the thing, man. These aren't my words. These are a alleged higher ups words. I don't care if they are a midget or if they are over 40. They are welcome at NGW.
I think that you guys have been pretty vocal about, you know, just a lot of flack that, you know, Rich Swann has gotten, you know, just that he never amount to anything, and you know, he would just be there. Oh, okay, sorry,
Strickland.
My apologies.
Swerve, Swerve
but still top talent right there, though. You know,
we'll tell you the story on that real quick.
Yeah, please do.
Because we don't care to bury the guy, but there's a dude around here, and he runs a show. The name of the show is Ego Pro, and the dude's name is Barry Allen. Okay, so Strickland posts a photo of the AEW logo, the WWE logo, and the Impact logo. Possibly ROH may be mixed in there too. I'm not sure. But he basically is like hinting towards the fact that he's about to get signed. So Strickland had already texted us and said, hey, guys, the next show I have to drop the belt because I'm signed with the WWE. So he's already signed. He's signed. Like, it's done. He's signed with WWE. They're letting him work out the rest of his dates, and then he's going up to NXT. So Barry Allen decides to post something knowing that Strickland is our champion. And he says they don't even know his name or something along those lines. How did it go, Eddie? Something about like they don't even know his name.
If it's like he could probably show up in Impact, or he could maybe be in AEW, but nobody in WWE even knows who Shane Strickland is.
I don't like. I get it. I'm a super nerd, and I embrace that. But like, there was a time period where there was no one cooler not signed to a major company than Shane Strickland. Just like coming out to the Chaka Khan music, like nothing. There was nothing cooler.
Well, the thing is, nobody around like this area used them. It was, I mean, we were the first ones, and me and Cody were like, we were watching. We knew what was going on. We knew the buzz, and we knew that he would suit what we were wanting to, to move even more towards. He's a big part of NGW, moving us towards where we are now. And I take a lot of personal. I took that like Jordan said. I took that personally that he said that, and because Cody did dealings with Shane, but I'm the one that drove with Shane a lot. So I would go pick up Shane, and me and him would bullshit. We'd go eat, get food and talk basketball, talk sports, and just talk about our kids and shit. So we actually became friends, and it's not just like another guy. Whenever we picked up, he's like, hey man, how's your kids? I did the same thing. So when you hear, some guy, some, troll looking motherfucker who, claims to have invented the Bullet Club, which that was like a legit thing. Say these kind of things anytime that we can prove anybody wrong and shove like our fist down their throats. It makes me so happy. Like I like the bitterness in me, like taking the low road every time on a situation like that. It's like, yeah, fuck that guy. That's how I am. And every single time Shane does something, we make a post out of it, because to me, it's another fuck you to anybody who doubted the guy. Because there's no doubt the dude's talented, man. He's so talented. But the second, he lost the title, he lost it to Sean Hoodrich, and literally like a month or two, he had a picture posted with him, with the property of WWE at the Performance Center. It was him, Kushida, I think Angel Garza. I think they were the three that were there. And when it's like you love to see it. And so we, instead of calling him by his name, we always called him Schmary Schmallen. So we never wanted to give the guy any kind of credit for talking so bad of, they not thinking less of Shane Strickland. So, even this past recently, they posted his first action figure was going to be produced. And same thing. It's like, man, you love to see it happen. So that's where a lot of that stems from. And like I said, just being so, involved and actually being friends with the guy, you love to see it happen to someone like that.
And the way we took it too was like, if we like Shane, and it's a shot at Shane and it's a shot at us, because basically like you have to understand how locally things work, but basically like they're going to take little shots to try to make, like, with him saying that WWE doesn't know who Shane is, he's basically saying like, hey, your champion is like a nobody. In a way, it's like telling us like, hey, you're booking a guy that nobody knows. And so it was like he was basically taking shit. Like, he probably wouldn't have even posted anything if it wasn't for the fact that we used Strickland. You know what I mean? Like, if Strickland had just posted it and Strickland didn't work in this area for us, then Barry Allen probably would have never said anything publicly at all. But when you have like a collection of wrestling fans from a certain area that are friends with all these people on social media, then now all our fans are seeing Barry Allen post, oh, WWE doesn't know who Shane Strickland is. And it's just like, it's just one of those stupid wrestling things, but it is something that we'll never let it die. Like Eddie said, anytime Shane does anything, we'll put it over. And we would do that anyway just because we love Shane.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he just seems like the coolest dude. I don't get why you'd want to be such a dick.
And dude, he is too. That's the crazy thing. But like that kind of goes back too, man. With before we get back on, Uncivil War, back on Uncivil War. We usually do take the high road a lot. We get a lot of negativity from people all the time, just because. Like there was a rumor going around with a local promotion that we were broke and that we were in debt and all this. And I'm like, dude, how do they think they know our financials? Because we're not. But the ironic thing is they're no longer in business. So it all comes back full circle. So like, it's just stuff like that. We take the high road until they start, insinuating it's us. And me and Cody are kind of like, fuck it. We're going to go all in on this. It doesn't happen often, but I mean, sometimes it does. And like Cody says, he's like, I'm not going to get involved until we're brought up. And usually when it does, he shuts that shit down pretty quick.
And the cool thing too, man, is like in a way you guys benefit because it just motivates us to like put on a like even better shit. We're like, well, this guy said this shit about us, so now we're just gonna put on this badass show and shove it right in the set. Like it just motivates us to push harder and just show that we're like the top dogs.
Last little point on this, there was a situation where we were going to book Phoenix versus Ultimo Dragon, and it led into people saying, I don't know why they book names versus names. So to the point where Cody's like, well, fuck it, I'm going to book more names versus names. So it was a situation where the crowd benefited from people, questioning our booking, and it actually turned into an even better show because of that. So to those people who said that, thank you.
Yeah, I guess I should also be thanking them, honestly. Okay, so I do have to comment on this because it seems so stupid. And once again, I mean, just from an outside perspective here, seeing how not just, of course, the fans have rallied since Party Bowl, but I mean, seeing comments like Shugs, like if you can't have a good match at NGW, the problem's you. You see a lot of wrestlers, I feel like they really, have rallied behind you guys, in my opinion. And I don't know why you'd want to, I don't know, man. I feel like it's just bad business. Like shitting on guys that they like. Why would they want to do business with you?
Yeah, just don't poke the bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, like why? But I mean, it's just one of those things, man, where like they don't have anything else to do. Like instead of focusing on their own stuff and like they're like they can't compete and they know they can't, so they're just gonna poke the bear. And at the end of the day, what they really want is me and Eddie have talked about it. They want to put us in the same boat with them. Like they want our name and the NGW name to be in the same breath in the fan sense as their show or what they're doing. And so they think by talking about us, the fans are going to say, oh, well, NGW, and it doesn't work that way. And like you said, there's honestly not a lot of shows on the independents that you see the guys in the back putting over as much as NGW. And it's just because, not to just toot our own horns more than we already have, but it's like, me and Eddie really take a lot of pride in what we do, and we put a lot of thought and effort into it, and it's not something that we just go into willy-nilly and just throw together. I think we have a pretty good grip on what we're doing, and we have our fingers on the pulse too, so all that really helps a lot as well. We're not just like going into it blindly.
Yeah, and I can definitely attest to just the amount of work you guys put in, not only just from us kind of helping out with the pre-Party Bowl stuff, but then hearing hey, he's got to be at work at 6 a.m. the next day, and the event's just ending at 11 p.m. It's like this man's got to drive an hour home, hopefully sleep, and then get up hours later to go to work. And then Cody's still at the.
I'm not pulling that shit this show. I took the next day off. I told my boss, like, hey man, I'm not gonna be efficient for you guys. There's no reason for me to be here. He's like, yeah, man, it's cool. I understand. I'm like, okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I wanted to reach back on something really quick, because like we were kind of talking about, like Cody was saying, like how hard and stuff we work for it. When we make contacts with you guys, and you guys live in Virginia and we live in Tennessee, and you guys are willing to drive that far to come check out a show that you've never seen before, and then you come and we blow you guys away. That's what we want. And I think that's what everybody should strive to want, and not knock down anybody else and not talk shit about anybody else. Because, I mean, believe me, we have in our message, like our group message between me and Cody, I mean, there's some shit we see and we shit talk it. But I mean, it's shit that we think is, what we think. We always go back to, we have a way of doing things and it's our way. And just because we think it's the right way doesn't mean it's the right way. It's working for us. But another show might think something's the right way, and they might think what we're doing is wrong. But at the end of the day, even as a wrestling fan, it's all subjective. It's all about what you like and what you think. It's not there's not a set way of how you should do this, but we get a lot of heat for the way we do things.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
We've been saying that for years too, man.
Just to attest to that, I mean, Eddie, I remember specifically after the show and everyone's leaving, everything, like walking up to you being like, you guys told me that this was going to be one of the most fun events I've ever been to. And in a way, I think you undersold it. It was exactly that, and it just meant so much to me that, you guys put this effort in to come talk to us. I mean, like you said, whole different state, but you guys make it very much so worth it, A, and the work that you guys put into it. And B, just being the guys you are. I appreciate y'all. I aspire to be the level of petty that Eddie is when people talk about Shane Strickland.
As you should, buddy. As you should.
And I gotta tell you, what you guys are doing is working. Just because we were at Best in the World for Ring of Honor. God, I don't know if it was a week or 2 weeks or.
That was probably 2 weeks.
And it was cool because while we were there, we met some other guys who do some videos and everything like that. We met this guy who I really like, Tantalizing Tony. He's in Delaware. Now he's saying he's going to come with us down to Uncivil War. So, it's how it should be. Everybody should come to the good wrestling shows.
That makes me feel good. That means less promoting I have to do.
We got you.
Okay.
We got you for Virginia, at least. Anything comes near us, we'll yell at them.
Please do.
Man, all right. So I don't want to hold you guys up for too much longer tonight, but I think I got to ask right now, with what you have announced, is there a specific match for Uncivil War 6 that you are looking forward to watching? Is there any one match that you have announced?
Yeah, it's tough. Man. Okay. Well, Eddie sent me it was a screenshot the other day of Kurt Stallion. I guess it's like Kurt Stallion, right? I don't know if you guys have to censor that out or if we're gonna get sued or anything.
Figure it out later.
Kurt Stallion got into a chop fest with, who was it, Eddie?
It was Matt Fitchett of the Besties.
Matt Fitchett. And his chest was pretty much as red as my face is right now. And so after he sent me that, it kind of makes me want to lean towards him and Mance, but also that three-way is going to be bonkers as well. That's just going to be like flippy shit on flippy shit. And so between those two are probably the top two for me out of what we've announced so far. What do you got, Eddie?
Legitimately, every fucking one of them, man. Every one. Because every one of these shows or matches on this show could legit be a main event anywhere else. And I truly mean that. Even the two matches that we haven't announced yet could be a main event anywhere else. And I think, personally, I think the Tankman versus Moose match is going to surprise a lot of people, just because Moose is athletic as fuck. We all seen Calvin Tankman, and we all know he's super athletic. I think that one might be up there. However, I mean, the other two matches that we haven't announced, I think they could also steal a show as well. I almost feel like, Cody, we should announce one of those on here, and then just when this does air, we just post it. But that's on you, not me.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, you guys already know that Swan is going to be there.
Yeah.
He's on the poster.
Yeah, I think that I was in the comments when you posted the poster, and I was like, "Hey, wait for that Rich Swan announcement."
Yeah. I mean, we just automatically assume that everyone knows that Swan's going to be there because he's the champ, and it's like, sometimes I get lazy with the talent announcement graphics. I just make so many where I'm just like, oh God. So anyway, yeah. So you can announce. Eddie, you want to just announce that title match?
Yeah. You want to do it?
No, dude. I'm gonna let you have the honors.
Oh shit.
I really love the continuity.
Yes, absolutely. Right now, of course, it is going to be NGW champion Rich Swann defending the championship against the rightful number one contender, Caden Sade, who told a great story leading up to this match. Cody and I always have a problem where we feel like we space our shows out so much. It's hard to put together good storylines when you run so far apart. This has one of the best stories to it that we've done in quite a while. We always usually focus our stories on the title belt, which led to, Hoodrich and Shane Strickland feuding over the title, to Swan and Hoodrich, and now Hoodrich and Caden Sade. I think Caden Sade kind of stole the show in that four-way match at the Party Bowl, and definitely earned his opportunity and earned his spot. So I think that match is going to be kind of like the present Rich Swann versus possibly the future Rich Swann. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. That shooting star that Caden hit, and that was one of the prettiest shooting stars I've ever seen in my life.
Rich put that over.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm excited. That's a good one. And just a little, for people who didn't see it, you can check it out on Highspots right now. See, I got y'all.
Also, for people that like hard copies, the hard copy, the DVD and Blu-ray should be available very soon. NextGenTN.net.
You shilling piece of shit.
You go up to the top bar, you click on shop, you just keep scrolling. Make sure you pass all that sweet Uncivil War merch on the way.
Just instead of passing that, why don't you just go ahead and click add to cart, and just add everything to your cart, and then we'll be good.
Hey man, I'm sure we get another stimulus here at some point.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're all getting some, child tax credit here in a couple days. So, I mean,
nope.
I'm still waiting on Cody to make my shirt.
Yeah, Eddie had a special request, and so I have to make a special Uncivil War merchandise item just for Eddie. So he's got to make it where only one person can buy it, and I'm going to be the only motherfucker that has that shirt.
Okay, all right, I see you.
I tell you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it, add it to the shop, and then not tell Eddie that I added to the shop, but only leave a spot for one. So if somebody beats him to it, but the catch is there's only going to be an Eddie-sized shirt. So if somebody bigger than Eddie buys it, they're going to have to turn it into a flag or something. I don't know.
We'll haggle.
A belly shirt. Belly shirt.
Oh my God! Look like what was the name of Jericho's security guard in WCW?
Ralph.
Yeah.
You know what you guys could do is buy it and then upsell it to Eddie, make a profit.
I was like, nah, man, I'm good.
Or I could just crop top it and wear it to Uncivil War 6.
Ryan is. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. He is the king of crop tops.
It's true.
Hell yeah, man. I love 80s horror movies too, man.
Hey, man.
All right. But
I'll tell you guys, speaking of shirts, something that I guess Eddie probably knows because I think he did it, but that shirt that Ryan has on there, Danny Moe actually took one of those from the concessions and literally had everybody on the show, on the Party Bowl, sign it and gave it to me after the show. And that was like one of the nicest things. I was like, wow, this is really – did you know about that, Eddie?
Yeah, I think she made me sign it too. She was like, I was going to surprise you, but you're here. It's like, just go ahead and sign it. I'm like, oh, okay. So
Yeah.
She made you sign it.
I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, it's all kind of a haze now, but you were doing something, but we were in the back, and I'm pretty sure she had me sign it.
Yeah, so that's like a sweet piece of Party Bowl merch that I have. That's just really cool to, you know.
Hey, man, when you do things the right way and the people around you recognize it, man, it's the small things, right?
Absolutely. Well, one of the biggest things is we pay all of our workers, so they appreciate that shit.
That will do that, yeah. I thought you guys were going bankrupt. I don't know, man. Someone told me somewhere.
This guy gets it.
I've heard you guys don't turn on the AC at your shows.
This guy also gets it.
Yeah. We can't afford it, bro.
Guys, I appreciate you so much. What are we at now? 19 days? I can't wait.
Oh shit! Don't tell me that, man. We start freaking out when it gets that close.
Oh man.
Okay, hey, Party Bowl on me though. I got y'all. I still owe y'all.
We still do, yeah. Well, hold on. The thing with that is, like, we went to like 3, and they happened to just be on the 4th one. We got denied, and then somehow somebody from our crew is like, "Oh, they got us. Come on in." I'm like, okay. Like, is this like an underground party bowl? Like, how is this gonna work? It's like it's 1 a.m. on a Monday morning. Okay, whatever.
No one tells Dwight's wife no, is what I've learned. No one. Guys, I appreciate y'all so much. I can't wait to see y'all soon. I can't wait. Uncivil War 6.
Guys, go buy your tickets, okay?
Yeah, guys, nextgentn.net/tickets. Or you go to nextgentn.net and go to the ticket. If you follow us on these social medias at nextgentn, those links are everywhere because I make sure of it. Check out Bischoff retweeting our stuff. He's on there too. Meet and greets with Bischoffs. That's going to be going on. That's kind of, why we want everyone to get those VIP tickets, because it gets you in there an hour earlier. That way you can meet up with Bischoff. We have a nice little cordial line, makes it a little bit easier. We have a spot set up where he's going to be. And we're also going to have a professional photographer taking pictures. So it's not going to be, just on a shitty camera phone or a potato of a phone. You're going to have a quality picture.
Yeah. Something else to mention too. I think we put it over earlier before we leave. You guys are nice enough to come out of the show, support us, and you guys supported us pretty much from day one since you guys found out about NGW. But if you do watch this and you don't have the ability or scheduling conflicts, you come to the show. You seriously should check us out on the Highspots Network. The energy doesn't necessarily carry, but the matches are great. And, even if you never come to NGW show in person, you should definitely just go back through and watch everything up to this point. And it kind of gives you an idea of everything we've worked on. So if you get a chance, Highspots Wrestling Network, and just type in NGW and we'll pop right up.
Matt, did you tell them the story of when we first watched it back together?
No.
It was just like literal chills the entire time. It's like we were there. Oh, yeah, that happened. And it was like everything was a blur, but it was honestly, it was the most enjoyable wrestling experience. So if you have the time, you have the means, you have even the $20, not even the extra $5 to see Bischoff, or get in 2 hours early. You go to nextgentn.net, click on tickets, and you get your spot.
Worth it.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. And guys, we'll see you all. Our next live show is Monday.
Monday.
Check out the YouTube for all the reviews. This will, of course, show up on all the social medias. Guys, once again, thank y'all so much. And we will see you all very, very soon.
Oh, yeah. We appreciate you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.